because this process is so relatively new. There isn't a lot to there isn't a lot of precedence, and sometimes that's really nice because you can see what others are capable of, and that's inspiring. But then other times it's a little bit limiting because you can't. I probably, if I had seen a lot of Intaglio-Type on paper, I might not have even like thought like, well, can I do this on fabric? Can I make it huge? And so because it's so new and still, I think in there's a lot of experimentation going on with it, even still today. It's inspiring because it does encourage you to I don't know, examine your possibilities.
Yeah. I think that's an excellent point. It's like when you're working with a medium that's aesthetic hasn't been established yet, well, then you have the ability to establish it for itself. Like if you're in the position of being a maker, and you can sort of decide like, okay, now we're going to learn how to print on fabric, and I'm going to set a precedent. I'm going to show people what that looks like, or here's an example of my interpretation of it. Then you become a leader in that small film. It's like you're the person who now has the ability and the skill set to do this, and now you have this level of expertise. And now when you meet people and they're like, if I know anybody who's trying to print on fabric, I'd be like, oh, you should talk to this person because they've done that. It's that small of a community, but these are right. This is really like the beginning times of this. This is like being at kind of the forefront of a new kind of working method. So really anything is kind of fantastic like that, right? I mean, do whatever we want.
They're typically reserved in the past, for noble families and for rich families. And they are narrative in the sense that they usually tell like Bible stories or battles or like great pilgrimages or whatever. So I wanted to sort of reinvent that and make it my own, because I'm not rich or noble, but I really like this art form and the beauty of it. And the other thing about tapestries is that they were used to hang along walls to block drafts and to insulate, and just they're comforting, and I like that about them, that they have this sense of they have a purpose of insulation that's both practical but also conceptual, and that it's reaffirming of your life and your experiences and your culture. So I really like that aspect about it, and I wanted to take that and make it personal to me and my community and my home. So that's where I chose to go with printmaking, because it's not a time-honored tradition in the way that embroidering a tapestry is, and it developed as an art form from a commercial source at first. So there's this sort of, especially in terms of like screen printing and Intaglio-Type, there's this for me like this association of like, I don't know, that it's economically accessible. It's kind of like a worker's art form, and I really enjoy that about it. And so I chose to go really big with it. And there's this nice kind of like duality of printmaking, which is like you can edition many pieces over and over and over again if you want to, and you could sell them, and you can make T-shirts and posters and all these sort of, I don't know, like not high art forms, I guess. And I took it and I took Intaglio-Type and made sort of a one-of-a-kind piece that is like a tapestry and reads like a tapestry and provides a lot of the functions of a tapestry, in that it does tell a story of homes and communities and the travel of one place to another, and that it's also reaffirming in like that culture as well, that it's pays homage to it, I guess, and it's a tribute to